Hey guys, what's up? Today I have private server news for you. I will just give you the gist of it to make it short and sweet. I would say let's get right into the news. First we have Stormforge's Netherwing realm, that's a TBC server. The current arena season aka season 1 on Netherwing will end on June 21st at 10 PM GMT +2. A snapshot of arena teams and players' ratings will be taken at that time. The top performing teams in the 2 vs 2 and 3 vs 3 tournaments will receive rewards such as titles, mounts, riding skills and Stormforge essences. The exact rewards vary based on placement. To be eligible for those tournament rewards, players need to meet these criteria. You need at least 25 games and played between the 7th and the 21st of June. You must have played 30% of the total games played on that team for this season, and your personal rating must be within 150 points of your team rating. Between June 21st and the start of next season, an off-season period will take place. Players will be able to earn points, and on top of that, the requirements of current arena gear will be reduced. At the start of next season, the amount of arena points, honor points, and the mark of honor that players can keep will be reduced. Players will be refunded in-game currency for the excess resources. So that means arena points can be kept up to 1000 arena points. For honor, that would be up to 12,500 honor points, and for marks of honor, that would be up to 15 marks per battleground. The arena tournament will determine the distribution of the Season 1 Gladiator title. It will take place from June 23rd to June 25th. The top teams from the 2 vs 2 and 3 vs 3 brackets will compete, and additional teams may be invited if needed. The 2 vs 2 bracket will include the top 16 teams based on their rating at the end of the season. The 3 vs 3 bracket will include the top 8 teams based on their rating at the end of the season. The top 16 to 24 teams from each bracket will be invited to fill in the spots if the top 16 team don't sign up. The matches will be held on a separate tournament realm with specific character information copied. The tournament will follow a knockout format, and matchups will be best of 3, with the semi-finals and finals being best of 5. To be more specific, in order to qualify for the seasonal arena tournament, you have to meet these requirements. Banned players can't enter the tournament. Players who were previously punished for fixing games, win trading, or any other arena-related offenses will not get invited. All team members must be present in the arena team at the end of Season 1 when the snapshot is taken. Players with multiple accounts are restricted to one team per arena bracket. Arena Season 2 will start on June 28th at 8 PM GMT +2. New arena gear will be available, and Season 1 gear, excluding weapons, will be purchasable with honor points. Battle gear sets will also be added to assist new players. Changes to daily battleground quests. The requirement for the daily battleground quest will be reduced to 3-1 battlegrounds instead of 5 played. Alright, on to the next news about Turtle WoW. This is pretty much 2 parts. The first part will come out on June 12th. Inferno mode, also known as Hardcore 60, is a new max level continuation of the Hardcore challenge. Players can opt for this mode with their current or future Hardcore characters. After reaching level 55, an attunement questline unlocks Inferno mode, allowing players to continue their Hardcore challenge at max level. Players with Inferno mode enabled can purchase and access guild bank tabs. However, Hardcore players without Inferno mode will still be unable to access these guild banks. And now on to part 2. This will come out with the 1.16.6 patch. All Hardcore characters will now be added to the Hardcore World channel by default. As a result, the Still Alive guild will be retired, and the title Still Alive will be given to all Hardcore players, which can be hidden if desired. Several new titles will be introduced, including including Still Alive for hardcore or Inferno players, Conqueror of the Flames for hardcore Ragnaros kill, Conqueror of the Dragons for hardcore Nefarian kill, Conqueror of the Kiraji for the hardcore Setoon kill, Conqueror of the Scourge for hardcore Kel'Thuzad kill, and Ascended Champion, a special title with specific criteria. Inferno players will receive a new mount in place of the regular Immortal mount. Please note that these details of the mount are subject to be changed. Alright, on to the next one. Endless will release a new TBC realm. The Endless TBC realm is set to launch in early fall this year, 2023. Specific details about the realm are yet to be revealed, and the launch date will be confirmed once all necessary preparations are in place. There's a development update. In their last update, the Endless team shared their work on a Wrath of the Lich King realm. They have laid the foundation for using the 3.3.5a client, which provides flexibility for any expansion. Instead of using the old 2.4.3 client for the TBC realm, they have decided to heavily modify the 3.3.5a client, and that's the specialty about this realm. This allows for better performance, more customization options, and easier expansion of the game world. As you all know, the Wrath of the Lich King client is really popular and can be heavily modified that it looks like current retail World of Warcraft, so that is something really special. We will see how this will go, of course. Improvement and fixes. The Endless team has been working on fixing game-related issues and enhancing complementary features like the Armory. Progress in these areas can be seen in their changelog if you're interested. The Endless team plans to share more updates in the coming weeks. They will provide more detailed information about the Endless TBC realm, including specifics about PvE and PvP content, the new client, and other aspects of the project. So something to look out for if you're interested in a TBC realm. Let's go on to Wallcraft. Wallcraft is a custom vanilla server. That is a little bit of older news, but I still wanted to include this here. There was a new hardcore mode added to Wallcraft. It's called Death's Trial. Wallcraft introduces a new and unique hardcore mode called Death's Trial. Unlike traditional hardcore modes, when a player dies, they are sent back to their hearth location and all carried items are deleted. Players must rebuild their character after death, strategizing their gameplay and being cautious what risks they will take. On top of that, the restrictions were lifted for professions. That means if you are in the Death's Trial mode, you can learn all professions and you can level them simultaneously. That helps you strategizing and building equipment for your character. So that is really interesting how this will go, especially if you lose tier gear or let's say dungeon gear or even quest gear. This will hurt, and the professions are also reworked that they are a little bit better, so it makes sense to actually go and level your professions while you're leveling. On top of that, the alpha testers now have access to the Goblin and Ogre playable races. Fully working vanilla goblins. That's really amazing. These races are considered the third faction separated from Horde and Alliance. Goblins specialize in neutrality and profitable trading, while Ogres are hostile towards both factions. This adds a unique gameplay and flavor to the World of Warcraft. If you are interested, like you want to play a goblin and you go, for example, to Orgrimmar and find some nice cheap items, you could go to the Alliance auction house and then trade it for more gold, so you can flip items and stuff like this. I find that really funny. There are also two new professions added: Inscription and Survival. Inscription allows players to create powerful buffing scrolls to aid allies in battle, while Survival helps players endure harsh weather conditions by creating fires, tents, and weather-resistant gear. For example, if it rains and you hit a certain health thresh point, it can happen that you will get struck by lightning and die, so you need to be careful when you are out there. Some balancing adjustments have been made to accommodate the new game mode. There's no longer a limit on the number of professions a player can know at once, like I mentioned before, and the Hearthstone is now a basic spell instead of an item, freeing up precious inventory space. On to the next news. Hateforge is a custom vanilla project or a Classic Plus project from Nolin, you know, the co-lead from the V Mangus project. And this is a German project, but since we already have international players on our Discord, we decided to actually translate the German text. So that means we will be open to English-speaking audiences as well. On top of that, the pathfinding from all NPCs, pretty much all the maps were rebuilt. You know, all the maps, the pathfinding, really hard work was put into this for at least 1 week straight. So these pathfinding maps should be now really, really good. And on top of that, Hateforge will release on November 3rd, that is a Friday, at 6 p.m. UTC +2. Alright, to the last one here. It's about Project Whitemane, about their Maelstrom Cataclysm realm. Project Whitemane released Zulaman on Zul Group. That means the content patch is 4.1.0, and there was also a huge change with how guilds work on Project Whitemane. The guild member limit has been changed to 1000 as originally intended since patch 4.0.1. Before, we had guilds with like 25,000 players, and this led to server instability. But let's get into more details here. Guilds were overhauled in patch 4.0.1, introducing more complexity and ways for players to interact. The member cap was implemented to address system exploitation and maintain stability. Due to limitations in the game client and the lack of access to the source code, it is not possible to have supermassive guilds without compromising server stability. Rebuilding the client is not feasible at this point. Also, the announcement provides useful macros for guild leaders to help clear inactive guild members. These macros can kick members based on inactivity duration or level range. It's important to use these macros carefully and adjust them to avoid kicking too many members at once. Guilds with over 1000 guild members are required to reduce their numbers to comply with the new member cap. If guilds fail to do so by June 1st, the Whitemane staff will step in and remove access from inactive players. So, and that is pretty much it. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment and subscribe. Dislike it if you disliked it, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you have some other news to share? Let me know. I will try to implement this then in the next iteration of the private server news videos here that I make. Anyway guys, before it drags on for too long, have a nice day and stay safe out there. Bye bye. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day guys, stay safe out there. Vincent out. Bye bye.